Hello dear students and welcome to EduTap. So guys, this is a previous year paper solution for your IRDAI exam for phase 1 for the year 2023. Now this is going to be beneficial for your preparation and for your journey ahead. So a couple of weeks ago we took a session for the previous year paper for 2024. You can also go watch that. And this is a solution for your paper for English language for the year 2023. So don't forget to like the session guys and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And before we go any further, I would like to inform you about our courses for IRDAI exam. See guys, we are expecting the notification is just around the corner and there might not be enough time to prepare for PYQs. So you should do it right now. So look at the paper, look at the number of the type of questions and try to solve them as we go. But before we go any further guys, I would like to inform you about our courses. Now the link is also given in the description of the video, but what you have to do is you can just type edutab.in on your browser and you can land on our homepage. And when you scroll down, you'll see all the tabs for our courses. Now you'll see IRDI courses here. You can click on that and you scroll down and you'll see all our courses available to you. RBI and IRDI course for phase 2, then RBI, IRDI, NABARD for phase 1 plus phase 2. Now this is for only RBI and IRDI exam for phase 1 and phase 2, and then you also have RBI, IRDI, NABARD for phase 2 only. So guys, this master course, this full video course is a one-stop solution for your exam and for your preparation. Now you'll get your live classes in this. You'll have your chapter-wise tests, sectional test, full-length tests, solved PYQs, weekly mentor talk, and even doubt and query resolution for anything and everything that you need. So come join us. We are offering a flat 73% discount on these courses and the coupon code is capital weekend. So you can use this course, avail this opportunity and streamline your preparation guys. So without any further ado, let's jump into the paper. So first we are given a comprehension passage. Let's read the questions first and then we will be solving the answers. So first is, which of the following is correct in context of Biden's predecessor's attitude towards climate change? So we have to find what Biden's predecessor's attitude was. Then how has the writer underlined the importance of realizing levels of carbon dioxide generated by humans? So the importance of realizing levels of carbon dioxide generated by humans. Third is, which of the following does not support the quote fear sells? Okay. So we have to find that. Then identify the incorrect statement in the given context of the passage. We will read it later on. Then we have to find the antonym of the word innocuous. Okay. And then we have to find the word which can fill the blank I marked in the passage. And then we have to find the erroneous part in the given sentence in the bold in the passage. So we'll read the passage and we'll solve it. So this is, I think, about global warming, carbon dioxide and all that. Right. So let's read the passage guys. Earth Day arrives annually on April 22, the height of the northern hemisphere's spring season when nature rejuvenates and the environment looks at its best. The occasion is no celebration of life though. Rather it comes with an alarming screech that the planet is doomed without extraordinary government rescue. Fortunately, it is not, since officialdom is more adept at spending than saving. Earth Day 2021 carries a rather innocuous theme of restore our Earth, but it also features a panicky pandemic era call to action. As the world returns to normal, we can go back to business as usual. 2 days of environmental advocacy, including a youth-focused Earth Uprising and a We Shall Breathe Hip Hop Dash, preface the actual occasion. Presentations featured such topics as climate and environmental literacy, climate restoration technologies, and reforestation efforts, all attended virtually, of course. Coinciding with Earth Day is the President Biden's own online climate change summit, designed to signal the nation's recommitment to global activism. His predecessor had parked the US climate bandwagon owing to its detrimental impact on an economy already leading the world in greenhouse gas reduction. So he had parked the bandwagon. That means he was not doing anything. He was not taking any action because of the detrimental impact on the economy. Right, if Biden policy prescribes an ambitious 50% emissions cut below 2005 levels by 2030, then Americans may be looking at a life under a green regime. Abundant and affordable fossil fuels would be squeezed out in favor of renewable solar, wind and biofuel power costing trillions of dollars. Few complaints would emanate from activists who regard the man-made threat to Mother Earth so dire that the use of the term climate change must be cancelled in favor of climate emergency guys. That's what the error is. So we'll find the answer: in favor of climate emergency. Prominent publications that include Scientific American, Columbia Journalism Review and The Guardian have vowed to censor their pages accordingly. Additionally, CNN is also doing its part to boost the environmental extremism agenda, according to the channel's technician director. Climate change is going to be the next COVID thing for CNN. Fear sells, admits one Charlie Chester on a recent project Veritas candid camera appearance. His comments may be embarrassingly unguarded, but they are not untrue. So fear sells. So they are basically fear mongering. That's what he is saying. Fear is profitable, and a recent CBS News polls is proof that decades of global warming warnings have achieved their intended effect. The survey found that 56% of the respondents believe climate change must be addressed right now. Only 21% said climate is not an issue requiring action. A question about those frozen with fear: what planet they are on. There is no control knob on Earth with the power to regulate the climate. Right? Richard Lindzen and William Harper, professors at MIT and Princeton respectively, in National Review. Human generated carbon dioxide is treated as if it were a frightfully as if it were as if it were as frightfully deadly as the invincible coronavirus, has rendered the planet a deeper shade of green, reminiscent of historical eras when humanity experienced prosperity, not scarcity. So what is the which is the so in the context of the passage of Biden's predecessor's attitude towards the climate change, he aimed at halving the country's greenhouse gas output? No. He had sparked a national movement for environmental protection that endures today? No. He galvanized people by a vision of healthier and more prosperous nation? No. He was not much devoted towards this idea, citing its impact on the economy. Yes, guys. So we mentioned that he stopped the bandwagon. He did nothing. So option D is your correct answer. Second, how has the writer underlined the importance of realizing levels of carbon dioxide? It will help in recognize the obligation to correct historical wrongs? No. It will create millions of good paying union jobs? No. It has reminded individuals of the greater importance associated with a healthy environment as in the past? Yes. It will help recognize the enormous economic opportunity to build the brighter, more prosperous future? No. I think, guys, the correct answer is option C. It has reminded individuals of the greater importance associated with a healthy environment. We just read this in the second last paragraph. Now, which of the following does not support the quote fear sells? CNN will cover the climate change related news on wide level as it is doing for the current pandemic? Yes. People are truly impacted by the way things are broadcast through news? Yes. Fear mongering. Even in times of coronavirus pandemic, adequate attention has been given to climate emergency due to media intervention? No. Letting the fear of consequences of climate change grow among people has eventually helped in achieving the desired impact. So this is also correct. So which does not support? Option C does not support that even during the pandemic, the attention has been given. No, it has not been. Next question, guys. Identify the correct statement in the context of the passage. In the wake of Earth Day 2020, the author has highlighted not only the need for better Earth, but also underscored the importance of not going back to normal business practices. No. Writer has stressed the importance of noteworthy efforts on the part of governments towards the goal of saving the planet. No, government has not done enough. The economical fuels available will be expelled from use so as to bring in place the renewable sources of energy, but that will come at a great monetary cost. No, again, not correct. So none is incorrect, guys. All of them are mentioned in the passage, so none of these statements are incorrect. So option A is your correct answer. Next, the word innocuous means which helps you, which supports you. And the opposite of innocuous: cryptic, deleterious, deferring, unfound, or unwavering. No, guys, deleterious is harmful. So innocuous is something which helps you, something which supports you, but deleterious is harmful to you. So that is the opposite of innocuous. Now, which word can fill the blank I in the passage? Let's look at the passage once again. 2 days of environmental advocacy, including a youth-focused Earth uprising and a We Shall Breathe hip hop dash preface the actual occasion. Hip hop dash preface the actual occasion. So hip hop ignominy, prognosis, bonhomie, or caucus. Caucus is loud shouting without any reason. That's caucus, right? Pell-mell, right? Basically when there is loud noise but without any outcome of it. So caucus is the right word. Jargon is informal language. Bonhomie is friendship. Prognosis is something that doctors give to patients before they see them, and ignominy is irrelevant. Okay, chale guys, next we have to find the erroneous part. I think we did that. Few complaints would emanate from the activists who regard the man-made threat to Mother Earth so dire that the use of term climate change must be cancelled in favor of climate emergency. That was the answer. So it should be yes. Option D is your correct answer, in favor of climate emergency. All right, guys, let's move to the next set of questions. Now, what do we need to do? We are given a sentence or a paragraph with two highlighted words. The options that follow mention pairs of words. Identify the pair which mentions synonym of the first word and antonym of the second word. So we have to find synonym of the first bold word and the antonym of the second bold word. Let's do it, guys. There is a time in life when human beings have a chance to feel as if they can conquer the world and reach for stars. Hopes comes to fruition. Fruition means reality, something when it is achieved for a fortunate few, but obstacles intervene for others, leaving them to look back later and regret the day they surrendered their goals. The frivolous decision to become involved with psychoactive substances is that a moment for many. So frivolous is when you do not think seriously. So synonym of fruition: formation, inception, consummation, and ripening. No, guys, consummation. And opposite of frivolous is empirical. Frivolous is when something is not proved, but empirical is something which is proved historically. So option C is your correct answer. Next question, guys. China is eyeing Afghanistan's natural gas and precious metal deposits. Russia and Iran are cultivating ties with both the Afghan government and the Taliban insurgents with the goal of exerting, that means asserting, pushing influence. So pushing influence, no matter who ends up in control of Kabul. President Biden's decision to proceed with the full US withdrawal by September 11 has set into motion a strategic is rational, well thought of scramble among regional powers including China, Russia, Iran, India, Pakistan and Turkey. So with the goal of exerting, toiling, wielding, expending, no, expending is spending, deploying is moving forward, toiling is making effort, but wielding influence in no matter, and into motion a strategic or a fortuitous, that means unserious. So option B is your correct answer, guys. Next, the New York Times reported Mr. Sicknick was bludgeoned to death by a fire extinguisher, and the woman who died of an overdose was trampled to death. That means she was stuck underneath something. That's trampled. The words armed insurrection and attempted coup and domestic terrorism were used in countless news stories, all reporting five died, including Mr. Sicknick. The news media worked hard to stoke fury and inflame, that means invoke, tensions. Trump supporters were not only deplorable but cop killers. So trampled is pulverized, disregarded, mangled, squashed. So mangled and squashed could be possible, but let's look at the second word. Antonym of inflame is dampen, kindle is synonym. Antagonize is synonym, enrage is synonym. So only option C is the correct choice left. Mangled and dampen, tension. So that's the opposite of inflame. Next question, guys. Mr. Hawley and Mr. Braun speculate the pandemic may have potentially started within the Wuhan Institute of Virology, a laboratory where scientists have studied other coronaviruses not unlike COVID-19. If successful, their bill would compel the US Director of National Intelligence, currently Avril Haines, to declassify, that means to open to public, any and all information involving potential links between the lab and the virus. Speculate is to assume. So wager, surmise, conjecture, muse. So muse and conjecture could be possible, but to declassify. So opposite of declassify is brazen, no. Herald, no. Enshroud, yes. Merchandise, no. So option C is again your correct answer, guys. Next, now we are given what? You are given few sentences which are jumbled. So parajumbles. One of the statements is highlighted and has been correctly placed. So option E is correctly placed. Now we have to rearrange the rest of them. Answer the questions based on the jumbled sentences. Okay. So let's rearrange them, guys. What should those families do this summer and next fall as they consider sending children to daycare? No, can't be the first sentence. While the Pfizer biotech vaccine may be authorized for children as early as 12 to 15 years, young children appear to remain months away from being eligible for any vaccine. No. Many families will soon face a complicated choice about how quickly to resume the pre-pandemic activities. More than 50% of American adults have already received at least one COVID-19. No. Some parents will choose to keep their children largely away from indoor social situations until vaccines are available. No. At the current pace, virtually all adults who want to get vaccinated will have to be able to get a shot by July, yet relatively few children. No, guys, I think the first statement is statement C. Many families will soon face a complicated choice about how quickly to resume their pre-pandemic activities. More than 50% of American adults have already received at least one COVID-19 shot. Second should be F. At the current pace, virtually all adults who want to get vaccinated will have been able to get a shot by July. So those who are left will get it by July. Third is option number B. While the Pfizer biotech vaccine may be authorized for children between 12 to 15, young children appear to remain months away from being so that's Sentence number 3. Right, then fourth statement should be A. What should those families do this summer and next fall as they consider sending children to daycare, seeing relatives, socializing with friends, eating in restaurants, and traveling on aeroplanes? Then it should be fifth is E, which is given to us. So fifth is E, and last is the one left, D. So that is statement number 6. So correct sequences, guys. Let me write it down here. C, F, B, then A, then E, and then last is D. CFBAED. That's the correct sequence here, guys. CFBAED. Now let's answer the question. Which of the following is not part of the rearranged paragraph? I think all of them were correct, guys. They were, they were all related to each other. So I think none is incoherent. All of them are coherent, guys. CFBAED. Let's look at this. CFBAED, right? Now, among the sentences given above, the sentence has been italicized. Here it may be grammatically incorrect. So that's why I was thinking why B is italicized. Identify the part of the sentence which is not correct. While the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine may be authorized for children ages 12 to 15 as early as next month, young children appear to remain months away from being eligible for any vaccine. So guys, I think not young children, it should be younger children. So see, once they are saying that Pfizer and biotech vaccine may be authorized for children between 12 to 15 as early as next month, but young children or younger children appear to remain months away from being eligible. So it should be younger, not young. So yes, option C is your correct answer. Next question, guys. Okay, now what is the question? Which of the following can be statements can follow the last statement? Last statement was D. Some parents will choose to keep their children largely away from indoor social situations until vaccines are available for them. Okay, so these parents will be more willing to resume many parts of normal life before all of their children have been vaccinated. No. Many Americans have now spent 13 months in some version of lockdown, and imagining a return to normalcy can be as uncomfortable as it is exciting. No. The parents will point out that some children have died from coronavirus while few thousand others have contracted a rare inflammatory condition. Yes. Future variants could cause more severe effects in children, and the long-term effects of COVID-19 are unclear. No, but it's worrying. So option C is your correct answer, guys. All right. So next, which of the following denotes the correct sequence of the sentences after rearrangement, excluding the incoherent sentence? So we have to find the correct sequence. So what is the sequence? CFBAED, right? CFBAED. So we have to find the correct sequence. AD, no. FB, yes. CA, no. DE, no. EB, no, guys. We have to find the consecutive pair. So FB is the consecutive pair here. So option B is your correct answer. Next question, guys. Which of the following is the third statement? CFBAED. Third statement is again option B. So yes, option A is your correct answer. CFBAED. All right. So that's it. All right. Now we are given double blanks. So we are given a word, and we have to find which word can fill both the blanks. So let's read the questions. Despite everything till now, the Matua community did not have recognition in society. They remained a dash caste, and their guru Harichand Thakur was never mentioned in the mainstream narrative. In 2016, we wrote an article on B.R. Ambedkar, and the organic positive response to the article prompted us to write a series of articles on such dash achievers. So such sequential, no. Ebullient, no. Bigotry is again somebody who's biased. Subaltern, yes, guys, somebody who's very charismatic and somebody who's very worthy of success. So option D is your correct answer here. Next, we have to find right, guys. So after the victory of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister spent after the victory, the Prime Minister and the Home Minister spent their time organizing a blitzkrieg of election rallies in the West Bengal and Assam without wearing masks and while dash large crowds together. And apart from dash Swayamsevak, the RSS has appealed to social, religious, service institutions and people from field of commerce and industry to come forward and mitigate current crisis. So while dash large crowd, while glistering, no. Shining, while untiring large crowds, no. This is adjective. Abating, no, guys. Abating is to exhorting, right? Forcing them. While forcing large crowds together. And apart from exhorting Swayamsevaks, forcing Swayamsevaks, RSS has appealed to social and religious men to help in this. So yes, option D is correct. Next, in 2019, under the harsh May sun in Madrid's Centro, A father-son duo from England dash holding aloft a placard requesting tickets, prepared to pay up to 5 times the cost to anyone willing to trade. To compensate, they slummed it out, stayed in a van, skipped a meal. The game dashed into the break, and there was nothing to suggest the scoreline would change during a low-key start to the second half. So they mutilated. Mutilated is to cut the body. Meandered, the roam around. Pierced, that means to go through. Gloated, that means to show off. So meandered, so they roamed around. So the game meandered into, so it diverged into a break. So yes, option B is correct. Next, it is sometimes easy to forget just how much deep divisive racism dash the entire project of colonialism. An essential aspect of maintaining this orientation towards inequality has been to make invisible the massive contributions of the colonies and their people. The market continues to be dashed by weather forecast calling for cooler temperatures and high liquefied natural gas export volumes, but gains are likely to be capped due to general uncertainty ahead of Thursday's US Energy Information Administration storage report. So it is sometimes easy just to forget how much deep divisive racism slotted, ambushed, underpinned, or bestowed the entire project of colonialism on. The market continues to be dashed by, slotted by, no, ambushed by weather forecast, no, bestowed upon hota hai, but not by, so underpinned by, so that means forced by. So option C is correct here. Next, guys, a passage has been given below which is divided into 6 parts. Okay, these parts are shuffled and you are required to rearrange these parts in order to form a meaningful passage. Okay, and also answer some questions below related to the part. So you are given 3 blanks in part A. Now these children qualify for adoption cannot be the first part. The aims and objectives of the policy include to provide jobs on compassionate grounds in economically weaker section. Status to abandoned and surrendered children who were admitted to child care institutions before the age of 5 years and before the age of 1 year and who have no, guys, cannot be first time. According to the Juvenile Justice Act 2015, abandoned and surrendered children are placed in children's homes and specialized adoption agencies by the child welfare committees. Okay, it also aims to provide, no, this is not the first statement. Haryana cabinet, which met under the chairmanship of Chief Minister, approved policy for upliftment of abandoned and surrendered, no. No, sorry, I think the policy will not, right. I think option E should be the first part here. The policy Harihar, homeless, abandoned and surrendered children, aims to provide employment. So this is the introductory part. So E should be the first part, followed by, I think this should be B. Otherwise you can solve it and then you can see what should be the correct replacement for it. Third statement should be sentence number D. Fourth should be sentence number C. Then last should be, second last should be A. That is fifth. Oh, option B is, I think first should be E, second should be B, right? So sorry, second should be B, third should be D, fourth should be C, fifth should be A, and last should be, sixth should be F. So E, B, D, C, A, F is the correct sequence. E, B, D, C, A, F. Now let's try to solve the questions, guys. We are given 3 blanks. We have to find which of them can fill it. Okay, let's read sentence number 1. These children qualify for adoption. Dash, if not adopted, dash on completing the age of 18 years, they need assistance for settlement in their lives and live with dignity. Dash to encourage monetization of locked properties of the municipal bodies. The Haryana government has made a policy for sale of shops and houses by municipal bodies where possession of such properties are with entities other than municipal bodies or its predecessor for a period of 20 years. So these children qualify for adoption. Dash if not adopted. However, furthermore, even if or however, if not adopted, and on completion of the age of 18 years, they need assistance. So yes, however, and meanwhile to encourage. Yes, option D. So however, and meanwhile. So these children qualify for adoption. However, if not adopted, then it should be and on completing the age of 18 years, they need assistance for settlement in their lives and live with dignity. And then meanwhile to encourage. So yes, guys, so option D was your correct answer. So EBDCAF. Next, guys, EBDCAF. That's the sequence. What is the error-free part from the option? Okay, the policy will not only strengthen the financial positioning of the municipal bodies, but will also grant the small shopkeepers and other patedar in the ownership of the said properties into their possession. You have to find the error-free part, so which has no error in it. The policy will not only strengthen the financial, not positioning, financial position. So option A has error in it, position of the municipal bodies, but will also grant the small shopkeepers and other patedar of the owner. Will also grant the small shopkeepers and other patedar in the ownership. No. No, so nothing should be here, guys. The policy will not only strengthen the financial position of the municipal bodies, but will also grant the small shopkeepers and other patedar the ownership of the said properties, not into, under their possession. So only option B was error free. Yes, option B is your correct answer, guys. Now, which of the following will be the third part after the rearrangement? E, B, D. So D should be the third part. Yes, option E is correct here. Then second and fifth part. Second is B, fifth is F. Second is B, yes, and fifth is not F. Okay, A maybe. So E, B, D, C, F, A. No, it should not be A, F. It should be, I think, F, A then. So A should be the last part, guys. Right. So A is the last part, and following consecutive pair AF, BA, BC. So let's look at the EBD, CFA. EBD, CFA. So AF, okay, BA, no, BC, no, EC, no, FD, no, only AF are consecutive. So yes, guys, option A is your correct answer. Next, now a small paragraph has been divided into 5 parts which may or may not be properly arranged. Also, one word is highlighted in bold which may or may not be contextually correct. So you're required to rearrange the parts to form a logical sequence and replace. So these questions are solved by using options, guys. So you find the first starting statement and the replacement of the word, you'll get the answer. So let's see. Approval or rejection for registration of vintage motor vehicle, such as such involvement of private representatives in the differentiate, no. Particulars should suffice just in case, no. May create unnecessary red tape and provide, no. To enable the transparent registration of vintage motor vehicles, self-certification, declaration, indemnity by honor of the required registration. Then particulars should suffice. So I think yes, E is the first part here. So is there any option starting with E? A and E. Okay, look at the word, guys. Influence, hustling. So so it should be E, then it should be B. Should suffice just in case of income tax returns. There may be no need for approval or rejection. Then it should be I think yes, A, and then it should be process of approval or rejection of registration of what such as involvement of private representatives in the different state committees may create. So then it should be D, and then it should be B. So E, C. Okay. So it should be start with E. So the correct sequence is, guys, the correct sequence is E, B, C, E, A, C, A, D, and option A, peddling. So influence, peddling. So that is, so there should provide scope for corruption, and influence, peddling is the right word. So option A is correct here. Next, guys, noxious. So obnoxious is, very strange. Noxious is normal, right? So it is the duty of any elected representative to ensure welfare and well-being, right? The corona pandemic this time is not only spreading at a faster pace, but was also more noxious. Then it should be, okay, it is the duty of any, right? So it should start with B. Then it should be, it is the next sentence should be, it is duty of any elected representative to ensure welfare and well-being of the people. Then it should be C. So first B, then second A, third is C. The corona pandemic this time is not only spreading at a faster pace, but also more noxious. So steps must be taken to ensure that migrant laborers do not face any inconvenience and are motivated to stay back. It is the duty of the elected representative. Yes, then it should be C. Then it should be E. The number of cases and deaths during the last 2 months has increased at a rapid pace, and as many as 250 deaths have been reported in the last 2 months. Yes, so it should be B, BAC, and then ED, BACED, BAC only, and pestilent, more noxious the right word is pestilent. That means problematic. Next, guys, the opulence in the government policy. Opulence is, you know, something that opulence is something shiny, but it should not be shiny. Pastels, crunches, privations, paucity, or lacunae. I feel lacunae. The lacunae in government policy over the past 6 months. So it starts with A. So A is the first part here, and then second is E. Now it's really very long questions, guys. Such as so the opulence in the government policy over the past 6 months has been in not ramping up the production of medicines such as remdesivir or ivermectin required for treating COVID-19, taking the foot off the pedal in the manufacture of ventilators and oxygen. Then it should be C, letting the urgency diminish in its drive to augment bed capacity across hospitals and improve health infrastructure, including in states. Then it should be B, states which are notoriously callous in their respect and not setting an example in displaying coronavirus appropriate behavior, especially in the campaign of the state polls. And then it should be, last should be D, but to allege a shortage of vaccine. So yes, option E was your correct answer. It should be lacunae in place of opulence. Next question, guys. Question number 30. Now you're given, which word is bold here? Homogenization. I think it should be DB, yes. So individualization should be replaced with homogenization. So the passage starts with D. A wind of change seemed to be blowing across India-Pakistan border towards the end of February and in March. That should be first statement. Then it should be B in March, raising hopes for homogenization of relation between the two distant neighbors. But that hope is disappearing fast. Then it should be, yes guys, then it should be E. Pakistan's only problem with India is the Kashmir dispute, as it can be resolved through dialogue, he said. So DBA. No, I think it should be C before that. So to the post. So elected to the post, yes. So that should be third. Then it should be C, right? DBA and then C. So DBAC and the last is E. So yes. So option B is your correct answer, guys. All right. Moving to another word, conflate. So to create a wrong image, that's conflate. So let's look at as in the code industrial revolution, the union government is considering implementation of 4 labor codes. Same wages, no. As in income, no. It has been provided that in every establishment where 50 or more employed, a crèche will be provided. So conflate should be a crèche will be provided for mothers, for women employees. So cacothesis, velity, cavalcade, crèche, average. No, it should be crèche. So option D, B is correct. BEACD. So first it begins with B. The union government is considering implementation of 4 labor codes with effect from 1st April 2021 in the code and in notified draft rules of the code on social security. Then it should be C. Same wages, allowances and other benefits are available to permanent employees. This is a welcome improvement and women employees would be benefiting during maternity period. As I think then it should be as in the code on industrial relation. Yes. Then it should be A, then it should be C, right? So BEACD, option D is your correct answer. All right, guys. Next, you are given 5 options, and for 4 options belong to the single theme. 1 option is not related to the theme. So we have to find the odd one out. Okay. The central government will be providing free food grain to nearly 80 crore people for the next 2 months. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced on Friday. This will be facilitated PM Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana. Okay. The central will be providing 5 kg free food grain to the beneficiaries. Connected. PM Narendra Modi stressed that it is important for poor get nutritional support. Connected. The government of India will bear all expenditure on account of food subsidy and central assistance. Connected. The government had announced that the PM Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana for the first time in March last year, under which it initially provided free food grain to the poor for 3 months. The scheme was later extended till November. This sentence talks about past, guys. Rest all the sentences are talking about this year, but this is the only odd one out. So option E is your odd one out here. Next, same instruction. French energy group EDF took a key step towards helping to build the world's largest nuclear power plant in India. A project blocked for years by nuclear events and local opposition. It faced opposition, however, from local inhabitants since the idea was first floated around 20 years ago, and was delayed after 2011 nuclear disaster in Fukushima, Japan. Okay, EDF estimates project will create around 25,000 jobs. Correct. The company said it had filed a binding offer to supply engineering studies and equipment to build 6 third-generation EPR reactors in Jatapur, Western India, connected. Once finished, the facility will provide 10 gigawatts of electricity, roughly enough for. So all these sentences talk about what the company is doing, but except B. It faced opposition from local inhabitants since the idea was first floated. This is again for past about Fukushima in Japan. So option B is your correct answer. Next, you have to find the odd one out. So Indian Air Force picked up from Srinagar 4 cryogenic containers for storage of liquid oxygen. Okay, the containers were airlifted from Singapore by C-17 heavy lift aircraft. The aircraft with 4 cryogenic oxygen containers landed at Panagarh Air Base in West Bengal at around 4. Okay, the IF has been airlifting empty oxygen tankers and containers to various filling stations. Correct. The IF was also transporting essential medicines as well as equipment required by the designated COVID-19 hospitals. Okay, these containers of cryogenic oxygen tanks. So all the sentences talk about oxygen tanks except sentence number D. This talks about the medicinal part of it. So I think option D is the odd one out. Next, again we have to find the odd one out. The Indian Navy on Thursday dispatched its Deep Submergence Rescue Vessel DSRV to help Indonesian Navy in search and rescue operations for the Indonesian submarine KRI Nagla with 53 sailors on board which went missing during a torpedo drill. On April 21, an alert was received by Indian Navy through International Submarine Escape and Rescue Liaison Office regarding the missing Indonesian submarine. Okay, submarine rescue is required when a submarine is reported missing and special equipment is needed for underwater search to locate disabled watercraft. The Indian Navy DSRV system can locate submarine up to 1000 meters of depth using its advanced side scan sonar and remotely operated vehicle. And the DSRV departed from Visakhapatnam almost 24 hours after the Indonesian submarine went. So all the sentences talk about the Indonesian submarine and the rescue of that. Only sentence C is very generic. It does not talk about Indian Navy or the Indonesian vessel. So I think option C is the odd one out here. Correct, guys. And another question, we have to find the odd one out. Justice Nuthulapati Venkata Ramana was sworn in as 48th Chief Justice of India on Saturday. Justice Ramana will hold the post for 16 months until 2022. Justice Ramana takes over at a time when judiciary is going back to a virtual mode due to the second wave of COVID-19. So again, Justice Ramana. As chairperson of the National Legal Service Authority, Justice Ramana led efforts to ensure training to lawyers and litigants to adapt to e-courts. Okay, Justice Ramana briefly worked as a journalist for Telugu newspaper Andu. As the first generation lawyer, he enrolled as an advocate and set up practice in Vijayawada in 1983. Justice Ramana is only the second CJI from Andhra Pradesh after Justice K. Subbarao. Then sentence number E, Justice Ramana took the oath at a brief ceremony held at Rashtrapati Bhavan. So I think this is all the sentences talk about present, but the only sentence D talks about the past. So guys, this shows the difference between the sentences. Okay. So if the rest of the sentences are in present, but one is in past, that is the odd one out. Alright guys, next set of questions. You are given one phrasal verb or idiom in the highlighted sentences. Okay, so you are required to find the correct meaning of the idiom. So Radha is trying to find her notebook, but it is a needle in a haystack. So when you have very less probability of finding something, you are doing an arduous task. So to be in a tough spot, looking in the wrong place, to be greatly frustrated or annoyed, having a hard time finding it, or hard physical effort. Yes, when it's an arduous task, so having a hard time finding something is to find a needle in a haystack, right? So option D is your correct answer. Then Ram was scraping the barrel when he had to stay for 5 months with his elder brother after he lost his job. So scraping his barrel is managing somehow, right? Getting by, getting along, with any way possible. That's scraping the barrel. So fail to influence or make an effect. No. You're using something you do not want to, but you have no option. Okay. Angry about something. No. You no longer deal with it. No. It reaches to a point of crisis. No. You're basically using something that you do not want to, but you have no other option. So you are scraping the barrel. You are right at the bottom. You do not have a job. Next question. My teachers are always on hand if we need any suggestions. On hand means they're always ready. Temporary help, very straightforward. Immediately available, ready to help. Someone who speaks the truth or emphasizing that there is no need to worry. I think option C is the correct answer. Immediately available, ready to help. And last but not the least, mother's job application was turned aside when they saw his criminal record. Turned aside is the idiom here, guys. So turned aside is to reject. So an impossibility, reject without thinking, throw away quickly, to reject. To change from supporting something to opposing it, or none of the above. I think, guys, to reject is the right word, not throw it away or reject without thinking. So they have thought about it and they've rejected it. So guys, these were the questions for your IRDAI exam for the year 2023, and I hope this will help you and guide you in the right direction for your exam. So guys, the purpose is to provide you necessary insights into your exam, the level and difficulty of the questions, and how should you prepare for your exam. Guys, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries regarding any of our courses, please feel free to get in touch with us on this number, which is 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutab.co.in, and you can find our courses on our website. The link is given all in the description of the video, but there is another way of very simply getting to it. Just type edutab.in and search. You'll find all our courses available on our home screen. You'll click on IRDI courses, scroll down, and you'll see all the courses available to you here. So this is IRBI plus IRDI phase 2, RBI IRDI NABARD grade A phase 1 plus phase 2, RBI plus IRDI phase 1 plus phase 2, and IRDI NABARD and RBI phase 2. So this is a one-stop solution for all your regulatory body exams. And guys, we are offering flat 73% discount on these courses, and the coupon code is Capital Weekend. So if you wish to prepare for IRDI, you can avail this opportunity and streamline your journey with us. So that is it for this session, guys. I hope this will help you in your preparation and in your journey ahead. So thank you once again. All the very best and happy learning to all of you guys.